put at the beginning of the last episode that Spotify was hating on us and said we should have more followers and more ratings. And since posting that, you guys came through. Thank you so much. Thank you to the guys the guys and gals.
We're shipping out your custom t-shirts.
Yeah, sending you a $5 in the post. Comment your Revolut down below.
$5 in the post is even better than Revolut. Imagine opening a letter and a $5 in it.
$5. So thank you guys for doing that. Thank you guys for rating. Anyone who didn't do it, you thought about doing it and you decided, nah, not this time. Hopefully,
now's your chance.
Yeah, you can avail of the opportunity right now. Anyway, let's get back to the video. I've been enjoying life though. I don't know what's going on, but I've been enjoying life.
Hit me with the way you broke it down for me.
I don't even know the way I broke it down. How did I break it down?
You break it down like crazy. No, you broke down. We had a brief catch up on text.
Yeah.
And it was something like open to experience, or do you remember how you worded it?
Yeah. Well, I was asking you like what you're grateful for, and you had a good answer as well. But then you're asking me, and I think I'm just grateful for like life at the moment. And it sounds weird, but I'm just grateful for the ability to experience, like the ability to experience the highs and lows. That's what I think I'm grateful for at the moment. And I'm grateful that I'm in a headspace where I can be grateful for that, because you can't force that. I don't think you have to just. That has to just take you, that feeling. And it's such a beautiful feeling. Why are you laughing?
I've hit someone a couple of times with when they're super mad. I'm like, life's good. Life's amazing.
Yeah. I bet they love that. I bet they love that, man. Someone's going through it and you're like, man, I don't know what you're talking about.
If you just step back.
Life's fantastic.
Yeah, I loved that answer though. You're really breaking down. Like the ability to experience.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
No intricacies, just the ability to experience everything.
Yeah.
Because
the highs and the lows.
And it can combine with my answer, and mine was time.
Yeah.
And I was basically saying how grateful I am to have every day. And also recognize that we are so young that it's like, you know, when you're eating something really nice and you don't want it to end. We're only on the first slice.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Of the whole pizza. You only opened the bag of minstrels or something. You know what I mean? I took our first sip.
You've got so much opportunity ahead of you.
So many minstrels to crunch on. You know, wiggle your fingers in there, pick out one, crispy.
Man, that is fascinating though. When you're preemptively like upset because you know an experience is gonna end. Why do we get that?
It's like the way we're all gonna die. It's like if we were thinking about the fact that we were gonna die, nothing would be.
Yeah.
We'd constantly be worried about that.
Yeah.
So you park that.
Yeah.
Or just get over it and accept. Acceptance, big part.
Mm.
And then you enjoy everything in between.
Yeah.
You enjoy all the bites.
Can you enjoy every bite? Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you make yourself enjoy every bite?
Stop thinking about the next one.
Oh, the present, the power of now.
Yeah.
Man, have you read that book?
Yeah, I think I
Power of Now. Man, that's a banger. That's
Eckhart Tolle.
Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, how did you say his name? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah. He goes on about it. But yeah, we have the ability to experience and so much time to do so. How lovely is that?
And like now is the only time that does exist. When you're preoccupied with the future or the past, you're like negating the experience of what's in front of us. I like that. How do you bring yourself back to the now? How do you bring yourself to the present?
Man.
Because this is something that's actually... Here we go. Now we're pulling on a thread. Because this has been something that has been relevant in my thoughts over the past week. Just kind of the concept of time, but the concept of present. How do you bring yourself back to the present?
Do you have an answer that you're queuing?
I don't know. I don't necessarily have one. There is some stuff that I do where I try to like look around and identify things that are like in the room around me. And then I try to like in my brain, do you know if you're on like Google Earth and you like zoom out a little bit and then I try to zoom out a little bit more and I like remind myself of where I am currently, like the environment that I'm in and like what I'm doing. So that's something that I try to do. If I catch myself being preoccupied in the past or the present, I'm like, yo, where am I right now? I'm in my room and I'm with you, I'm with Andrew, okay, it's the year fucking 2025. Yeah. If I zoom out, like where am I right now? I'm not going to dox your address and you're going to have knocking on your door.
Is that describing it word for it?
Yeah. The door has this number on it. I do that and I look around and that seems to help. That brings me into the present. Try to like clear my mind of as many things I'm thinking of, and it's kind of hard to just clear your mind of stuff So maybe replacing the thoughts that are on my mind with something that is centered around the present. And I like that. But this is where it's like been relevant in my mind, and I don't know if I can put it into a coherent string of words, but the idea of being or enjoying the present moment as much as possible in that, like training, content creation, business, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now, the concept of time in that I have to just be able to do all these things for a number of years. But I know that the result or the tangible thing that I'm going to get back or the reward of it is not going to be here for those number of years. So I need to just enjoy the present moment. How can I find ways to enjoy the present moment? And I have really been enjoying the present moment as of late, like finding meaning in the mundane. That's a kind of sentence that I came across recently that I really like. But I don't know how to instill that in other people. It's like a journey that I'm going on myself. But whenever I'm thinking about these topics, I'm almost always thinking about it from a lens of how can I give this to someone else? I know how good this feels. How can I give this to someone else? So I'm trying to think, how can you get to the present? How do I get to the present? How do I get to a place where I am enjoying the mundane, the boring, the like stuff that you just have to put the repetition in over and over and over again, because we know that is like the necessary kind of system or framework or sequence to be successful at anything. How have I done it in the past? How am I doing it currently? Because I'm in it currently. I'm doing stuff every day that I know is for the purpose of some like goal that's in like some undetermined period of time in the future. But I'm so happy right now. I wish everyone could experience the happiness that I'm experiencing right now in pursuit of this thing in the future. I don't even know if what I said made sense.
I did.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to find ways where I can communicate the experiences that I'm going through. But it's like so abstract. And I also feel that sometimes that I'm all the thoughts in my brain so much of the time are in this like abstract context. Like I want to give something that is like tied down in reality so that it's easier to digest or implement for oneself. I don't know.
Experience and time. Two things we were just speaking about, but in a different capacity. It's hard to negate the necessity of just experiencing things.
Yeah.
Like we've said time and time again, it's very easy to explain a lesson, but nothing explains it better than being burnt. But also nothing has it register or consolidate as much as being burnt.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the ability to connect what you're saying right now, if someone, or if me, or if a listener or a viewer is hearing you, and it makes sense even in the abstract, but it's not connecting to anything in their brain, it's not strong.
Yeah, true.
Where when you experience things for yourself, it's connecting to all of the experiences tied to the experience that you're going through, like all your senses, all your memories, all your feelings, everything that's going on. It starts to anchor itself and build a foundation in your understanding of what's going on. So what you're saying is only a piece of the pie, and it's only when the full pie is made that it like leaves a lasting impact, I think. Because we would have been told things, man, by like older people, wiser people growing up, and even when they made sense, because I remember things making sense, they also meant nothing at the same time, because it's like that. So I'm just gonna go home and I'm just gonna go play football, and I'm just gonna go, to the.
So where's the line with that? How much impact or influence can you have on someone else? This is another like kind of thought and idea, and I don't know if it's related or not, but that you can't like put information in someone's mind. Like it has to be drawn in. It has to be like willingly, almost like searched for or looked for and be drawn into someone's mind. Like you can't place an idea. You can't make someone feel or think or act a certain way. So like where's the line? And maybe the line is that you just keep trying to, and this is where I am now, I think, just try to share as many of the ideas as possible. Try to just blast as many ideas and insights and pieces of what I believe to be like valuable or useful information out there, that when the time is right, someone may come across it and it may resonate and it may have an impact.
When the time is right.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
We can't make the time right for
Yeah.
them, I don't think.
yeah. Because that's something that I struggle with or grapple with in coaching, I think, is the line between how much impact or influence you can have on someone. You can't make them think or act or do anything.
No.
It has to be a decision on their part that you can facilitate as much as possible. You can give them all the resources. You can encourage. Encourage is maybe the best word. You can encourage it, but it has to be an individual thing. And I suppose if someone is listening to this, that is them actively going and seeking, or there's something going on in their brain that they are open or receptive to information like that.
Open or receptive, combined with relevance and how relevant is the information you're giving them.
Yeah.
Because as you're trying to give someone, a client, a lifter, information, advice, ideas on something that feels irrelevant to them, it's like, I'm trying to use an analogy, but it's just like you're throwing things to them. Their hands aren't open to even catch it.
Yeah.
The things are just landing
You're
on
just
them.
throwing it at the, it's just bouncing off them.
They're not even trying to catch
you're just
it.
pinging it off their head. Like.
And then in early days of an idea, under stress, under panic, you're kind of looking in the wrong direction. Their hands are out.
Yeah.
But it's hard to catch stuff when you're panicked.
You're preoccupied.
And then
with
over
something.
time they calm down, and then they can start catching the things you're trying to them.
That's a really good, man. You're good with the analogies.
Or then they go picking them up as well. So we're throwing them at them.
It didn't land at the time, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's scattered around them.
Yeah, they know where to go as well. They know where they were when you were throwing.
That's good.
I think because looking back, okay, well, what about this one as well? Maybe the on the ground analogy is fine because we didn't pick them up. But I remember reading books, influential books, when I was like 16.
Yeah.
And at the time, a lot of the content didn't resonate, but it meant something. And it's only as I've gotten older did those concepts become more meaningful as you got older. And then same goes for books you might read now. But it's a very interesting discussion. I think demand is one. When someone wants an answer, then it's received so much better. But you're right. You can't. They have to want
it has to be drawn in.
information.
You have to.
Now, okay, obviously on the flip side, a lot of the time you hear insightful information and it resonates for some reason you didn't even know why, and you're not looking for it. So that is possible. One of two boats.
Yeah. I think that's maybe what I'm trying to do with all the consumption of books. I'm trying to get as much like raw material of things that do resonate and then may not resonate yet, so that I know I have a bunch of shit scattered around me that I could, when an experience comes by, I'm like, yo, I kind of heard this before, and then go back and try go mining for more of that information there. But I do find it interesting because when I'm reading these books, every book I've read is non-fiction. I haven't read a single fiction book. But like a lot of them are from this like self-help kind of sentiment. Most of it is not even directly applicable to myself. Most of it, like a lot of times I'm reading these books now and I'm feeling as though this is not something that I necessarily struggle with, but I want the exposure to the idea from the lens of how could I distill this information and then try pass it on to others or help others through this frame or through this lens. How can I absorb this information so that I could be more useful going forward when dealing with others, when coaching, just in interpersonal relationships, so on and so forth. And there was one line I came across, can't remember exactly, but it is something along the lines of, what do we live for if not to make life a little less difficult for others? Oh, that to me, I think that is like my, if there's like a core message or belief in my brain, I think that's it. What do we live for if not to make life a little less difficult for others? I think that's all that I want to do. Because we talked about it before, and like purpose and meaning and objectives and so on. I think that is what feels most compelling for myself. To just try make life a little less difficult for people on the biggest scale that I can. Which is interesting. Yeah. But then you grapple with it because you're like, I have so much information. I want to give all the information that I have to as many people as possible. But I don't expect people to listen to 150 books on 3.5 times speed. So I got this information through seeking this and wanting to find it myself. How can I distill that process? Because I don't expect people to go through the same process that I did. How can I do that? So then I'm trying to repackage all of the information that I've consumed in the most digestible way. As we talked about, just kind of scattering as many ideas forth as possible so that maybe it can hit certain people at certain times, and try to be as transparent as possible from when I got the ideas from. So if someone does want to pull on that thread, then they can find it somewhere else. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if what I'm, again, saying makes any sense, but yeah. Interesting.
You do just have to plop it out there.
Yeah. So that's the position I'm in now, my content and whatnot. And with this, so that maybe ties back to the earlier idea of just doing things in the present for some undetermined future objective. Like, I don't even know what the objective is necessarily. Maybe the objective is just to try make life a little less difficult for other people, explore these ideas. I have a fundamental belief that trying to share these ideas could be beneficial to people, could be valuable to people. But like doing this podcast, I just have the belief that if we just do this podcast every week for an indefinite period of time, we will stumble across ideas that will be beneficial for people, and that has been the case already. And then if I make videos, so the content creation direction that I'm trying to go to now is just talking to a camera, and I'm trying to talk to the camera every day and just explore two thoughts that I have. And I think I'm just going to try share as many of those thoughts and ideas as possible just on a daily basis, which is something that used to be really intimidating to me before. But I think through all the consumption that I've done, I have this just belief in my bones that doing that every day will, for some reason, be beneficial. And I fall back on that idea of trying to, if one idea makes life a little less difficult for someone else, then it's going to be worth it. So finding joy and meaning in that daily process of making videos every day, detaching from an abstract outcome. I don't know, man. I'm taking too much caffeine.
Detaching from an abstract outcome.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That I don't know necessarily what I'm looking for. Am I looking to like transform someone's life? I don't know. Am I looking to have global influence? I don't really know.
Man.
I just know doing this thing is probably going to be good.
Man, this guy used to get hyped up. And now I'm getting hyped up thinking about it. Of a video of a Decepticon landing in a military base. And he'd fucking send me that shit out of nowhere. He'd be like, rah, I'm with the train. And I go in, I'm expecting like a speech or whatever. No, it's the helicopter, dude. Just landing.
Black Hawk or something.
Yeah.
What's his name? I forget what his name is.
I don't know. He mustn't send me those videos.
You know what I said.
But yeah, speaking of transforming, those movies are so fucking good. But yeah, man. Of course, at its core, if any of what we're doing or recording is beneficial to even one individual, one time, and even if that at its lowest is just entertainment and escape and
company.
A
lot of people talk about that.
Company, a reminder of the positive things. How do we be present? I was going to answer with often talking to literally anyone. I love talking to people close to me. Sometimes you talk to someone who's not close to you at all. In fact, the opposite. Like just someone you never talk to. It's like, oh, yeah. Like whatever's going on is fine.
Yeah.
You know? Because in the conversation, everybody's bubble, it's almost like you go to the very edge of the bubble and then you touch hands and you like stretch your bubbles to touch. It's like all the stuff is behind you and all you're looking at is them. It's like they also have all their bubble and they're just leaving it.
Yeah.
You know? Like when we come here right now, it's like everything else. Like
disappears.
Everything I just wrote down in my planner is gone.
Yeah.
It's like we are now present. So it's like we've just formed a mini bubble and we've left everything else.
Yeah. Interpersonal connection. I like that.
We talked about this recently and it does feel really nice.
Yeah. Probably one of the most important things.
So important.
Yeah.
And maybe listening to other people talk is also I much prefer an interpersonal interaction, but I can imagine that there is a similar phenomenon going on when you listen or watch people. So it's like you are still being pulled out of your bubble a little bit. So it's like, oh well, you know, these people also have their own bubbles and yet they're just talking. Maybe I'm not breaking that down enough, but I do just feel like interacting with people, even people outside of your bubble, kind of reminds you that you're submerged in everything going on in your life, but it's like, it's completely irrelevant to someone else.
Yeah.
So technically, everything is everything and nothing is everything or whatever. But like, it is kind of nothing, you know, everything going on.
Man, it's like there's a trillion gazillion thoughts going on in my brain at the moment. I need to.
You know what I heard before? You know, you said something like the voice in your head is not you because you can hear the voice in your head. But another one I heard was someone imagining your thoughts as a river, and you can like stick your head out, and you see the river flowing past you, but you're just looking at it. So you can look at what you're thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, be the observer of the thoughts rather than being present in the thoughts.
It's like I'm actually like viewing what I'm saying. Isn't that strange?
It is. Man, consciousness. Okay, this is my problem. I think I'm like consuming so many of these like large scale. I think they're things that we're not supposed to. Not that we're not supposed to think about.
Yeah, we're breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, it's like our little monkey brain.
There's someone on the other end of the computer going, "No, sir,
he's becoming self-aware."
Dude.
Fuck, he's hacking the Matrix.
It's Ultron.
Yeah, I think our little like monkey brain just can't comprehend these things. I don't know. Like it's like I'm thinking in 4D or something.
That's literally it. It's like being removed from the experience itself.
Yeah, sometimes I need to just come. I think that's what I need to just come back to real life for a few minutes. So what's going on? What's going on in your world?
What's going on? Well, the Transformers movies are sick, and Michael Bay is being pulled back for a movie.
Oh, as in he's being brought back in.
He's like signed it. Yeah. It's going. It's going.
Hell yeah.
Man, those movies were absolutely flames. But there was like a period where people kind of shat on them. No, man.
Man, I love a movie where something just massive happens.
Oh.
No, like a large scale, like a robot that is the size of a building.
Yeah.
I like seeing stuff like that. I don't know why.
And then it goes slow-mo and it's like...
And then another one. Was it in Interstellar? Where they're on like a planet, but they have waves that are like 10 times the size of a normal wave?
Yeah.
I just love something that's like massive. I don't know why. Man, don't even try make it weird.
Every day,
don't
brother.
try make it weird.
Test me every day, brother.
Man, I don't know what it does, but it tickles my brain on a certain level.
The innuendo side, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
There's something to do with just like big... The big dinosaurs, the big characters, the big robots.
Man, a character that's like the size of a planet, and you're like, for whatever reason, fun to watch. I think it's because it's just stretches your imagination. Maybe that's what it is.
It does stretch.
Man, you need to wind it in, like
it does. It does. Yeah, I love fictional depictions of characters.
Yeah, why?
It's just so enjoyable. I don't know. Have you ever heard of This Is Us?
Yeah, but what is it?
Dude.
What is it?
It is... Adam told me.
Yeah, Adam told me about it. Yeah,
that it was like the best show.
Yeah.
And I had just watched Yellowstone, which is a really good show. Yeah. I was like, oh, and he's like, it's not action.
Yeah.
It's not nothing like that. It is the best. I was like, okay, man. I watched the first episode.
Yeah.
That episode in and of itself, when you get to the end of that, just watch the one episode. You don't even have to commit to anything. Because I'm telling you, it's almost like it could be a short episode where once you get to the end, you're like, wow.
Because I wanted to watch it, and then my girlfriend didn't want to watch it.
Dude.
I was like, let's put this on, and she didn't want to watch it. So then we didn't watch it, and then I forgot about it, but I do want to watch it.
I'm co-signing your request to watch it, because man, just the one episode, the stuff we're talking about, the ability to experience like life itself.
I'm on it.
I was tearing up. I was welling up most of the episode, and then the end, I was like, boom, boom. Okay, man, at the end of that episode was like a little bit in the short term life changing.
Fuck, one episode.
It wraps your head around the experience of life in a way, in an interesting way.
I'm for it. I like the sound of it. Adam fully sold me on it, and I was like, I'm watching this, and then got shut down. So bring it back.
Life is just
bring it back. Yeah, fuck. One of the problems is I don't like watching stuff though. I think I've gone hyper fucking hormosy on the like auditing every part of my day, being like, a really good quote I came across is how we spend our days is how we spend our lives.
Yes.
So I'm super hyper conscious of what I do in a day because I don't want it to be forming of a habit that I become unconscious of, and then I look back after a year and say, oh, I spent 20% of my days in a way
Jerking
that I didn't really want. Oh my God.
1 in 5 hours of the day.
Continuously or like you're recharging?
Recharging.
Edging the whole day.
You do enjoy massive.
This is a degenerate episode. Man, I had the belief that if we just keep making episodes, it'll be good, but maybe not. Like, maybe we just need to cut it off.
This is good.
This is episode 50. Maybe we just...
Really?
Yeah, maybe we should have cut it off.
Episode 50?
Yeah, it's episode 50. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Proud of us. Proud of us.
Oh my God. We're about to celebrate.
But my brain goes to, man, this is episode 50 of 500 that we're going to make.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Just trying to, just look back and try instill habits that I don't have to think about, but that are going to serve me in the best way possible, be aligned with the values in the direction that I want to go. So I'm like, if I get into a habit of watching an hour of a show or an hour and a half or 2 hours of a show, like after dinner every evening, if you then zoom out and look at that over a month or a year or 5 years, if I had have invested that time differently, could that be better serving of my values or the direction that I want to go? Kind of doing that audit, weighing up those calculations. And I have found for myself that I do believe for the time being that is the case. And taking more time for interpersonal connection and replacing watching a show with that has been a positive change in my life as of late, but I do want to watch that. It sounds like a good show. I do want to watch that. But that is something that I think is highly important. And maybe this delves into something that we have not explored whatsoever on this, but relationships and things of that nature. I can't remember where I heard it. I think it was Jay Shetty. And I'm a big Jay Shetty guy. I like Jay Shetty.
Yeah.
He was talking about how like watching a show is the lowest form of intimacy or connection. And that is something that like stuck in my brain. So I want to try not spend too much time doing that where both people are like shut off and living in a separate world. So for me, spending more of that time just like talking and exploring ideas and connecting one-to-one has been something that's like really positive, and I'm enjoying a lot of my life at the moment. So I'm not a big show watching guy right now. I'm a big talking guy, but I do want to watch that show.
Yeah, it's I can't fault anything you're saying. I think there's definitely an argument to be made for people looking for more opportunities to get involved in discourse with people close to them. Yeah. Because you get into a habit of not doing so. And then years of your life go by with people close to you.
And it becomes unconscious. So maybe making the
unconscious make a conscious effort. And watching shows is probably a medium used to spend time with people and not conversing with them. If that's the case, I would absolutely encourage more conversation, because it's so fruitful for both of you.
I was going to say, it's where the juice is.
It is where the juice is. Yeah. I don't know why you keep saying shit like that.
What is your problem? Like,
you added an emphasis to juice. You said that's where the juice is. It's like, dude, you reel it in, okay? You knew what you were doing. Your brain's going, the devil's on your shoulder going, emphasize juice. Use juice. Use the word juice. So I absolutely agree. I'm a big show watching person. Yeah. And I also noticed, this is something interesting, I need time to myself. Yeah? Yeah, I was speaking to my girlfriend. Yeah. Come on now. Something we haven't talked about. And one of my close friends went out for coffee. And I had spent a week away with him and then spent the last few days with her. And I need time to see no one, dog. I need some hours to do nothing. Yeah. Depends. It doesn't even matter exactly what I'm doing. Sometimes just to organize everything in my head that doesn't relate to other people. Yeah. And man, shows. What about shows? Yeah, I don't know why I enjoy some shows so much, but a lot of shows make me feel a lot of things. But there does have to be a balance. Like, I love watching shows. Then I know when I'm watching, and I'm like, oh, I want to see people. Yeah. And then when I'm seeing people, sometimes I'm like, okay,
I want to just
yeah. And then there is a middle ground. I was cooking up when you were talking. Is relationships are interesting because I want to romanticize the concept of romantic relationships, and then also like close friends and familial relationships to be as to be as productive and fruitful as possible. But because they are so long term, there are going to be some periods that actually consist of you guys not. It's like, how do you? It depends. Like, I just acknowledge that there's sometimes I like not engaging in discourse. Like, I've had enough for the day or for the week, and I want to just chill. But when you're, say, you have a close friend, or like, imagine we're on holidays and we've done like 20k steps, we talked to so many people during the day, and we've had a lot of conversations. Sometimes it's nice to just sit on the same couch and do nothing.
And not.
Might be the same with a partner, might be the same with family. You know, I still live here with my parents, and like, I've talked to my mom how many times. It's like, I love, and I will try to pick conversations, but then when it hit the end of the day yesterday, it's like, I was either going to sit upstairs or sit with her and watch a show. I was like, you know what? Sat with her and watch a show, and there were so many scenes where I was like, oh, I know what she's thinking. I'm going to talk to her about it. And then there was a scene of like a young couple with their kids, and like they had just sorted something out, and then their kids came in. It's like, she was smiling, and I was like, man, like, she's feeling like what she felt with us when we were kids. It's like, I'm actually so glad to have sat here beside her instead of being sat upstairs. I am not, like, because my argument for it is not, it is better than discourse. And I think when anything is used to avoid those like really fruitful engagements, I think, you could look at reshuffling your priorities or organization of these things. But last night in particular, that show was just,
I like that. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
you sent me a picture. I was like, man, you literally have the cutest family ever. You got the cutest family ever. But yeah, you mentioned a point about needing alone time. Bruh, I find that that resonates so hard with myself. I find with these events and like competitions, the international competitions where you're away, so on and so forth, I need my own space, and I need my own time to just do. I don't even know, just to do nothing, to decompress. I love being alone with my own thoughts. I love being alone with my own thoughts. I love thinking. I find myself in an increasing amount throughout the day when I'm doing stuff. I just go, let me put everything away and just like sit here and just look, close my eyes, or just like look at the ceiling. And it's like when I first do that, I feel like I'm what's the right word? I feel like there's 10 voices in my head speaking at once, and gradually they all start slowing down until there's just like one voice speaking in my head. And then again, the weird nature of consciousness and whatnot, and we're going straight back into the abstract. But then it's like ideas flash out into my head from nowhere. Only when I have enough silence. It's only when I have silence do I get an idea, and I'm like, this would be so good to share or to talk about or to do with someone. And then I'm like recharged again to go about my day further from there. But I need those moments of silence. If I'm like, oh, I don't know, and is this an autism thing? I don't fucking know. Like overstimulated. Like there's just too many people around me, too many people talking. Even if my room is messy, I find this. Like there's just shit that's like catching my attention and my focus. If I just can shut all that off, it's beautiful. That's one of my, like, I love doing that. It's one of my favorite things to do, is just be with my thoughts. I love being up here. It's great being up here. And
it doesn't mean you don't.
I hope everyone can be chilling their head. But then when you're happy up here, then when you're with other people, you can bring that love and positivity to other people as well.
Agreed.
You fill your own cup, and then you can start pouring that cup into other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that concept. We haven't talked about that one in a while. Filling your own cup, and then when your cup is overflowing, literally it's overflowing, you can start spreading that love and joy and happiness to other people.
Yeah. Then when it's low.
Yeah, you're trying to take. People aren't looking. You're trying to like jab a little hole in the side of someone's cup so you can get someone air.
Or you're like,
you're not even trying to get someone theirs. You're just trying to knock theirs over so that theirs is the same level of yours.
Oh, man. Yeah. Or you're afraid they're going to take some of yours.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have
your
enough
garden,
to give.
yours.
I have nothing to give. It's like your garden. It's like,
not on the defensive.
Not everybody's looking.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they're trying to give you some.
Yeah.
They're cool.
And you're closed off to it.
Yeah.
Man, you're like a little fucking wounded animal here.
Like, what do you mean by that question? It's like, dude, no. They're trying to share their cup.
Yeah. Fascinating. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah.
This is a complete tangent. I don't know why this came to mind.
Oh, God.
I've been thinking more and more about doing a bodybuilding show, but I don't think I will. I talked to a chunk of people in the last week or so who have done natural bodybuilding shows, and a few of them have said, like, they would not do it again. Two of them have since gone on gear, and they have said it's because a natural bodybuilding prep just nerfs you so bad for like months after. And it's like after the show where you're fried for weeks, if not months. So people talking about how their libido is through the floor for months, and even after the show for months afterwards too. And you're like, okay, is it worth like being shredded to go through all of that like negative side effects and implications on your lifestyle? For me, I don't think so.
Good point.
Yeah, is it
For you?
Yeah,
Because I was about to say, what's worth anything?
yeah,
What is anything
True.
worth? And if you're weighing it up against things that you really want to do in the months after, then it doesn't sound like it.
yeah. Is that trade-off worth it for me? Because it's something I keep coming back to for myself. This kind of fundamental idea. I think it was from Hormozy, that when you're like talking or you're creating content or run your own business, which I am, that 90% of why people would listen to you is who you are and what you've done. Like, what achievements do you have? So for me, I'm always thinking like, what more achievements could I get that would give me more authority to speak on a topic and then long term be best for my business, my personal brand, whatever it is. So what more could I do? So I've already like ticked off a lot of things within powerlifting that I wanted to do. So to diversify, do a bodybuilding show would be like a big step that not that many people have done. They haven't done bodybuilding shows and powerlifting things. So that would be like a new realm of authority. But for that authority, is it worth months of... But then maybe it is, because maybe that signaling of authority only comes from being willing to go through months of sacrifice.
Interesting. And you will also gain inaccessible insight into those experiences.
Yeah.
You can only hear how shit they are until you've
gone through it.
You know what it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I come back to, is that doing it for the wrong reasons? Am I doing it for external reasons, external validation, so on and so forth, to be able to signal some more authority rather than actually wanting to do it for some personal reason? Because if I think of a personal reason, I don't really have one of why I would want to do a show.
Yeah, you don't have like an intense desire to do it.
The reason would be that I believe like maybe long term it would be better off to be able to grow the business, grow the brand, to be able to reach more people, to be able to try have a positive effect on more people, to be able to shape the lifestyle that I want to live, provide for a family, stuff like that. But that's like 2-3 steps removed. Doesn't feel too salient. So then I come back to, okay, I want to do something else. What'll be another thing? I think I want to do a triathlon. I know I've floated that out there.
Cool.
I think triathlon is something that feels more doable, first and foremost, but aligned with the values that I have. I don't think destroying my hormones and being all consumed by bodybuilding would be... It's just not the time for that, I don't think, where I am in my life at the moment. Whereas a triathlon is doable, could still balance that with training and all the other pursuits and things that I prioritize at the moment. And it's also another avenue to just tag on to what I've already done, another experience to have, a challenge for myself. It's something that's so far removed from what I have been good at. Like I would never consider myself good at, like in kind of, how would I describe it? How would you describe those sports? Like I was going to call it like cardiovascular based, like endurance. Yeah. I was going to say endurance, but then I had a feeling you were going to make a fucking joke about it. So I was going to say I've never been good at endurance stuff. And then
of course not. What do you think would have happened if you had to try a triathlon at 170? Like you had to finish it.
I would...
Could you have died?
Yeah, probably. I'd probably like pull up injured. Like I would probably... I don't think I would physically finish unless I went so slow that it just took forever. See, there's different like distance ones that you can do. There's like a sprint. There's like a super sprint. There's a sprint. Yeah. There's Olympic, then just like standard, and then like ultra. So I think I would either... Sprint is almost too short, maybe. I think it's like 800 meter swim, 30k bike, and then a 5k run or something, which sounds like it would be doable within a couple of months. It would probably be doable now, just a terrible time. But I think maybe Olympic. I don't know exactly. I think the Olympics maybe like 1.2k swim, 60k bike, 10k run, something like that. That would be like a significant challenge. That would be something that's not easy to do. But a new avenue to pursue, because then it gets onto another thought that I've been having recently, and I explored this one a little bit with you. How there's a book that I was reading, The Art of Impossible. It's added into the favorites. I really, really like that. And one of the things that they were talking about, a lot of it was through like a neuroscience lens, but it was how we are kind of hardwired to pursue continual advancement rather than hardwired to actually attain the thing that we're pursuing. So we get all these feelings of satisfaction and hits of dopamine and whatnot pursuing a goal. So exploring how dopamine is this like anticipatory chemical that gets released. When you're moving closer and closer, it gets released and we get these feelings of motivation that we are like on the right path, and that feels good. As opposed to when we have attained a goal, you start getting the drop in the dopamine. Like those feelings of satisfaction linger for a little bit of time because we achieved something that was really difficult. But then we all know that feeling of the goalposts have now moved and you need something else to be aiming at. So how that pursuit is actually the enjoyable part. And that's what we are hardwired to enjoy the most. Like we don't actually want the goal. We want the feeling of getting closer to the goal. So the goal is almost irrelevant. It's just having a goal to aim at so that we can get the feelings of pursuing it. And that feels great. So recognizing that it's almost a game, not to defer the happiness and enjoyment until the end point. Acknowledge that when you're in it, that is what feels best. That's when we feel happiest, when we're aiming towards something that is like slightly just outside of our reach. That's the best feeling. So I want to give myself something to aim at, because when I decided, say, I wasn't going to do Worlds, the main pursuit was like, okay, I want to lose this weight. I want to get to a nice like physique that I'm happy with.
Yeah.
So now I've been moving down, but I kind of hit a point where I'm 85-ish kilos now, and I feel really good. I feel like I've ticked that off. I want to get down maybe a little bit lower into the low 80s, but it's not, that goal is no longer the most important thing. I've kind of almost ticked that off now. I proved to myself that I could go from being very heavy to losing over 30 kilos. I'm like 32 kilos there now. But it's like now I need a new direction to aim at. And I think an endurance event would be that proper hybrid training. I got under the bar to squat the other day. Just the bar. Like a machine I wanted was being used. So the powerlifting area was empty. There was a bar in the rack that was on my rack height, and I was like, let me give this a go. And took it out, squatted it, and I was like, yo, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to chuck these back in and have a little dance with them again. I was like, man, I used to be goated. Like I was good at this. So I think, yeah, I'll probably chuck that back in as well, because one of the most common questions I keep getting asked is like, how are my strength levels now compared to where they were? And I have no idea. I haven't done squat, bench, deadlift in like 2 months, so that'll be interesting to chuck them back in and see where we are. Yeah, but anyway, we like pursuing goals rather than actually having goals or like achieving whatever it was. I want something to aim at. I think it's gonna be a triathlon. I don't know if I'd ever do a bodybuilding show. Another thing that's throwing me off from the bodybuilding is the tattoos. You just can't see shit with tattoos. You just can't. And even when you get like leaner, you just can't. Even vascularity and stuff, you can't see it. Because I used to think that, and I was like, maybe when I'm just not lean enough to see it now. Even when you are really lean, there's just too many lines that obscure whatever the definition would be. So I don't even know if it would be worthwhile doing a show because of like a full arm done, a full leg done. Maybe that's cope. I don't know. Anyway, what are your goals at the moment?
Don't drift past yours.
What?
I like the
I rambled on them enough.
the triathlon one.
Yeah.
It sounds particularly interesting. How long would you give yourself?
6 months.
6 months.
So
in the first half of next year.
Yeah, I would either look at doing one abroad or wait until it's summer here, because I don't want to be fucking swimming in the freezing cold.
Oh.
Yeah.
You start with swim, don't you?
Yeah, swim, bike, run.
Oh. Getting in that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Man,
Cold,
it's so cold here.
Yeah.
Like, did you know what though? Man, we say it's so cold. These like fuckers in like mainland Europe, it'd be getting to like minus 20 for there. We're whinging. We're like, it's always between maybe -1 and 20 degrees is like the hottest it
I
gets.
think it's because we're like clinging on to summer. Like we're like, look what you're dressed in. Do you know
I
what I mean?
know, yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's cold. It's like they have on like 2 pairs of gloves.
Yeah.
And like under layers and shit.
Were you in Sweden? No, I don't think you were for that one. Man, it was minus 28 degrees. Man, your eyelashes like froze as soon as you went outside. Your eyes are getting like welded together. You can't even open them. You breathe and then there's
Why would they
fucking-
have it at that temperature? Turn the temperature up. Come on. What kind of
don't you know there's a fucking
What kind of
cost of
animals
living crisis, man?
live
You can't be-
outside, man? What kind of animals live outside in that country?
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, polar bears.
It's hilarious. Yeah. Cost of living crisis, man.
Yeah, don't you know?
Jeez. Yeah, here's one.
Yeah.
Right. Sean, my friend,
Yeah,
has the RevPoint premium
yeah.
subscription. Fella was making, he spends all his money through Rev. He just like gets his wages into Rev, whatever. Goes out, blah, blah, blah. Temu, okay? the premium on Rev has, the premium on Rev is for every €1 you spend, you get 1 Rev point.
Yeah.
And some businesses have affiliations with Revolut or some specials on that if you spend there, you get like 2 points or 5 points. Man, fella got 50 quid of stuff on Temu,
Yeah.
like coffee making tools. It gave him 1,000 points, 1,000 Rev points.
Whoa.
1,000, like it's 1 Rev point is 1 air mile.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
a hack.
Man, hack is buy a load of stuff on Temu.
Now, the unfortunate thing is you have to buy a lot of stuff on Temu. But then
You get the Temu stuff, I guess.
you get the Temu stuff, but you mainly get flights out
Yeah.
of buying stuff on Temu.
Damn.
Crazy.
Damn, that is a hack.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Jamie, pull up how many air miles you need to go somewhere. Let me see.
Yeah, I actually am curious about that. Like, where does a thousand miles take you? Surely across the pond. Like,
How far away is 1,000 miles from Dublin?
who are you asking, Siri or chat? Siri's no good. Here, actually, Siri was the OG.
Yeah, Siri needs to level up.
Yeah, come on.
All right, they just didn't even try. Stop.
Lazy
Okay,
fuck.
ChatGPT,
Yeah.
you say something. Wait, I need to ask.
Go on, pull up chat.
Okay, ready? What country could I get to in 1,000 miles from Dublin by plane? What European destinations?
Relevant that you said by plane because you don't want them taking you to the back roads, but you know.
Good question. You can actually get to a lot of
Man.
Europe.
ChatGPT is so validating. Every time you ask a question, it tells you how smart you
Yeah,
are
it's
for
like,
asking that
nice.
question.
So speaking of nice, you can get to Nice for
Okay.
960 miles.
Ah, nice.
Spain, Portugal, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Switzerland.
Class. You can
Denmark.
get anywhere kind of
Yeah,
in the
Krakow.
close distances to Europe. Man, just buy some coffee stuff.
So if I have 1,000 Rev points, can that get me there?
Is it saying yay or nay? Oh, it's analysing. Oh, he's shaking the head.
No, I'm reading, if you mean.
Oh. Any luck?
So you would need a lot more. than that.
Okay, fair. You need to buy 2 coffee machines on Temu.
Yeah, it looks like that.
How many red points is it saying we need? Any luck?
No, I'm not getting into it. There's like translation of points to another kind of point. Yeah. Anyway,
Maths
it's
formulas.
just interesting. So, what else?
Would you ever do steroids?
No,
Why not?
I was gonna have a crazy answer because I'm not.
Uh,
No, I'm just not interested in going down that slippy slope, man.
Yeah.
Also, first of all, I'm not injecting myself with shit.
yeah.
I hate that shit. Second of all, the potential for negative health implications is too scary.
Yeah.
It's too scary. If it was like a vitamin C and like all of a sudden you got jacked, I feel like everybody would be taking it. But it's like, no, you kind of have to sacrifice your health.
Yeah.
In which case, no.
True.
No. But then those two things combined with the like slippery slope of then how do you ever let go?
Big.
You know? You're
Big.
then like tying who you view yourself as
To
to
this
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we already do enough of that. You know what I mean? With our strength, with our size, with our leanness.
And you're choosing to do with something that is so
Amplified.
yeah. And then like it can just be gone like that. And it's so drastic the change when if you were to no longer do it, so then you just never get off that treadmill and then accelerate yourself into danger zone.
Would you ever, are you the same answer?
Yeah. So it's been an interesting one because I've talked to a good chunk of people about it. It's just come up in conversations over the last week or two. And young guys, like guys our age, one of the things I always find interesting, I'm trying not to cast any judgment, but people love to tell you that they're only taking a tiny amount. As soon as someone tells you they're taking stuff, they always try to qualify it with not a lot though.
Why?
I'm barely taking anything. I think it's like it's
like I smoke, but only a pack of weed.
I think it's because there is the perception that you could disregard the progress someone has made because they're taking something. So to then, like, in an attempt to bring back the value of the amount of progress that they've made of the other work that they're doing, it's like, oh, but this stuff is only a tiny portion of the equation.
Yeah.
Not really. Like this is just purely observational because I found it interesting. Like talking to a guy, young 20s, to say, oh, I'm only on TRT. Pretty sure TRT is testosterone replacement therapy when your natural testosterone has gone down. Your natural testosterone is not gone down when you're in your 20s. So you're on TRT, you're taking test. So that is.
What do you mean you're on T or T? To say the T.
You're on T.
Yeah.
Now, each to their own. It's whatever. I just find that interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to have to do those justifications.
Would you picture this? You're 38.
Yeah.
Would you take a level of T, prescribed through TRT, to bump you up to normal, if not slightly above regular levels, without reaching the threshold of needing like other hormones to balance your hormones?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I would do that.
And I think so because that would be a stage where I would already like have children, have a family.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of the biggest things for myself is I would not want to run the risk of any negative implications there. And I say that I'm somewhat like uneducated in the impact that does have.
I'm the same.
I know people who have been on gear for a decade and then they've come off and been able to have kids. But I also know people who've had a lot of difficulty having kids because of that.
Heart attacks.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind their balls disappearing.
Like I just know of people who it's been an ordeal trying to have kids and trying to get healthy and then like coming off whatever they were taking in order to be healthy enough to be in that position. But then that's like a really challenging psychological time and so on and so forth. It's not, in terms of my values, that's not a trade-off I would be willing to make.
Yeah. For anyone listening, I assume most people would be fully familiar, but the idea of going on TRT at that age is not just me asking Andrew, would you then go on test or steroids when you're older? It's more when you get to the point where your testosterone starts to dip down to the levels where your day-to-day experience starts to differ and maybe your ability to perform athletically as well. So it would basically be, TRT is testosterone replacement therapy, as you said, and it's just like bringing your testosterone levels back up to a range that is deemed healthy for a male of that age. And then I'm pretty sure they can just kick you up a little bit above as well to be like almost like you're a bit younger. It's not magic, but it could change your day-to-day significantly enough that it's worth doing without negative health implications, because all you're doing is pushing yourself into a normal range again. Because otherwise, as you get older, it dips. Whatever.
Which is then maybe a valid question of, is it a normal range or is
it's supposed to dip for sure. Man, but then also like, here's a heavy one is older people die of all sorts of diseases. It's like humans just aren't designed to be resilient through that age. It's like you're living long enough to get these diseases. Cancer being one, is like the chance of you getting cancer just goes up exponentially, or like a neurodegenerative disease. So it's like, it's just it's like the longer you leave fruit in the fruit bowl, they're all going to rot eventually. You know, it's just going to happen. All these, like, the chance of something happening in our day today is minuscule. It's not going to happen. But then when you multiply it out by how many days you have to be alive to be that age.
Yeah.
Anyway, go all the way back. Yeah, maybe at 50 you're not supposed to have the testosterone of a 20-year-old.
25-year-old guy.
And maybe it could come with negative implications.
Yeah. But
Maybe.
quality of life, then it's the trade-off of like quality of life versus duration of life. Would you want? It's kind of that guy, Brian Johnson, is that his name? Who is like health maxing and doing all these things, but his daily routine is miserable.
All the comments to be like, this guy looks 100. As you have no wrinkles and still looks so stressed.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, it might work, like metabolically, maybe you are way younger, but like your days are, what is the quality
Sleep
of those
at like
days?
6 p.m.
What's the quality of those days?
in like a pod.
With a CPAP and a this and a that
Like
and
a
an IV.
catheter and all.
Man, each to their own. Like, that's his. To be honest, I'm glad people like that exist.
Oh, man.
They're running experiments, and he might find some shit that is like
For sure.
is gonna lead us to some massive new invention, and everyone's gonna live to their 100. Would you want to live forever if you could? Maybe.
Yeah.
Really? For me, it is nah. No way.
Maybe.
Why? Okay, hit me with why maybe.
I'd love to see what the future looks like. I want to see if they bring back Jurassic Park.
Man, you're fucking
That's
cunt.
fucking so for real. Like,
That is you. Do you know what? That is you being so for real. I know it is.
you know what's way more tempting?
What?
And I think way more people would say yes to it, is would you live, so let's say you hit 90, would you take another, like the last 50 years again?
Relive the last 50 years of your life.
No. Like, would you tomorrow wake up in a 50 years younger body and then go to 90 again?
Interesting, yeah.
Probably.
And live the same life that you did, or switch
Well,
it
it's
up?
up to you. That's an interesting
Then we're
question.
getting into determinism and...
And also getting into like the age of, say, 70 onwards, 80 onwards. It's like, how much are you living?
Yeah.
Everybody's different. That's morbidity, is it? Or mortality? Morbidity.
Morbidity's getting sick now.
Well,
Mortality
mortality
is
is alive or dead. Morbidity is like quality, I think.
Yeah.
It's like how healthy health.
Yeah.
Health.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, what's that question? There's one question of can't even remember what it was, but it was something about keeping your mind at a certain, say like from 50 on, would you rather keep your mind at that level that it is and not degenerate any further, or keep your body at that level that it is and not degenerate any further?
ooh.
So the opposite.
These
does
questions are
degenerate.
like impossible for us to answer because you'd have to ask someone who's at the end of their life.
Yeah.
You know?
And on that great book is The 5 Regrets of the Dying. That's a great book. Yeah.
I remember you saying
Insightful one. I think there's no better insight really into how you should live your life than people who are on the way out.
Oh man.
Hearing about those experiences. That book made me cry a couple of times.
Yeah.
Hearing the stories. Now, I don't know if I'd recommend a bunch of people to read the book, because it's almost like an autobiography of it's like a palliative care nurse, is that the name of it? It's a person who is alongside people who are dying. But it's kind of like an autobiography of her life. Not gonna lie, whenever she was talking about herself, didn't care. Yeah. 3.5 times speed. Skip 30 seconds. Skip 30 seconds. And then she would get onto a story about one of the people that she was with, tell their kind of life story, what their last days were like, what the things that they expressed were. And then it gets into an hour of her talking about moving country. Skip. And then the next bit. Man, I did not get the book to hear about her. I got the book to hear about...
Would have been some insightful life story.
Okay, I listened to the first half of it. I didn't like it. So I liked the other bits.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So I'd be wary to endorse the book. I think there was like an article written on the book that was condensing the ideas without the autobiography part. So maybe just go read the article.
Okay.
Yeah, fascinating. Mortality and how the finitude of life is maybe what gives us meaning. Because if it was infinite, then there'd be no incentive to go do anything ever. And
That is true.
Yeah. So I think for me, no way. I don't think I could like see your nearest and dearest go, and then just make new friends in a new generation, and then see them go, and then make new friends and then see them go.
Yeah.
I think I couldn't do that.
There's a scene at the end of Loki 2
Yes.
where that baffled me a little bit. It's like something failed. It's like it's so far gone. If this is spoiling for you, it's whatever.
Yeah.
He like failed at something.
Yeah.
And so he tried it again and again and again. It's like the reality loop kept happening. Man, didn't he live for like it went to like hundreds to thousands of years learning to do something. Man. Yeah. I think if you were told you had to learn something for 10 years, you'd be like, oh
fuck that.
Yeah. Imagine you had to like master a language.
But maybe you would, because we're hardwired to enjoy when we're pursuing something. So maybe you would not do it for a while and then go into a slump of depression because you're like, this is so meaningless. I want something to do, and then you just do something, and then you have a purpose because you actually have a direction and a mountain to climb and a thing.
Yeah.
So maybe you would actually just learn everything. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to learn about?
Is there anything I want to learn about? I think the human condition. I want to learn about the human condition. I want to learn about our mind. Man, this is one I was reflecting on. Because I did biomedical science in college. I say I did biomedical. I did 2 years of biomed. After the third year, I think you split off into whatever realm you wanted to specialize in. But I was either going to do zoology or neuroscience. Man, how different would life have been if I did neuroscience? That would have been interesting.
How different would life have been if you were the person that was different enough to want to
pursue that? Yeah. So then I had that thought, and then I was like, yeah, but one thing I value far and beyond that is autonomy and being able to create my own schedule and being able to decide my own direction and decide the learning process that I want to go through and work for myself and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, I know for a fact I did not want to work in a lab. I know for a fact I didn't align with the like system of education. So there is no way I would have pursued that because that's not the life that I wanted to live. And I knew that for a fact. But it is something that I'm so fascinated by that I'm learning a lot about it just through my own path of it. Yeah. But that is something that I'd like to learn more and more about. And a lot of the books as of late have been through that lens or on that context of, the brain side of things. I'll just learn from you. I'll just ask you to write me little papers, write me little books every now and again.
You could start writing books as well.
Man, I'm gonna start writing books. Yeah.
Maybe we should.
Yeah. Oh.
Right, pair one, team one.
Yeah, for a fact we will.
Yeah.
I know we will. That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
You're right as well.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's the process. It's like the all the later stuff feels like such
Yeah.
like all the formalities of getting it done.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine it would take a long time, and it would be a challenge. It would be a difficult thing, but I think it would be worth it. I think there would be value and insight to be shared that would be beneficial. And everything is figure outable. I have that belief that there's just a way to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then the more things you figure out, the more you realize that you can just figure everything out.
Yeah.
If you just give it enough time and attention.
It's not that you can't, you're just having trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked that frame that you gave. Yeah. So I've no doubt if we wanted to do it, and with AI and stuff, it's so easy to figure out questions that would have been so difficult to figure out before, because you would have had to find a person, you would have had to go to a publishing house or ask someone who has written a book, how does this work? Now you just ask the little magic robot, how does this work? How do I do this? What's involved?
People back in the day were just paying for shit. Like you were just going to their publisher and how much is this?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool, I'll save up. Instead of looking up, can you compare all the prices of all publishers accessible in person and online?
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a fascinating world. And it's changing more and more every day.
Rapidly.
Yeah.
So what's the logistics? When could we just write a book?
If we wanted to, we could just start right now.
And then what happens? What's the next step? Let's say we get the bulk of our content together, even to the point that it's in an order and
The
orderly.
sequence chapters.
Yeah, that someone could theoretically read it as is.
Yeah.
What's the next step?
First step, I think, would be asking ChatGPT, what's involved in writing a book? What is the next step? And getting the next step from them. So asking that baseline framework, if we were to actually do it. Then what I would imagine the next step to be, almost pointless because the first step would be to ask to actually know. But if we are to imagine what it is, I would say it's probably get an editor. I would say you probably don't even need an editor and you could just edit it yourself if you wanted to, but you run the risk of it not being great. Did come across an idea though that everyone has a job and everyone feels like they have to do work to justify their job. So it was from a writer talking about, I know the editor has to edit something when I send them a draft to justify their job. So I intentionally leave a couple of like shitty paragraphs in there so that they have something to do because I don't want them fucking with my ideas unnecessarily. So you would send it to an editor, the editor would edit it and then present it to a publishing house, see that if they are willing to publish it.
Publishing house, like what's that?
I think it's like Penguin or whatever the other places are.
Penguins?
Yeah.
Why are they getting
You go
involved
to
in
the
this?
zoo, man, and you
You
start
hold it up to
reading.
the window and they're all like,
Yeah. And then they like co-sign it and then they start pushing it everywhere. But I think you could just do it independently these days. Like, I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like you could. You're just on your web.
Obviously,
or
the
something,
the
on
publishing
Amazon.
is like how a
Yeah.
movie's marketing budget will
Yeah.
dictate how well it does,
Yeah.
probably.
So,
But it's not like we have a ton of money. Oh, but they'd say, we take like 50% of the...
yeah. So, is what it is.
If anyone
I think
is
it's
a
doable.
publisher on this,
Yeah.
listening or watching,
I think it's doable. And I think it's something we should do. Yeah. And then what else? Man, I think, again, that idea of like time and trying to create your daily routine to be as aligned as possible with your values. I think I'm just going to try fucking post little videos sharing our insights every day. Every day, just, man, it's actually gotten so much easier already. Just holding the camera in front of your face and then talking to it. Holding it and then just fucking, man, eyeing that thing down. Yeah, it's actually gotten so much easier, so much more comfortable.
nice.
Now, the videos might not get the best engagement, whatever. Yeah, it'll
Man,
hopefully-
unless you're
it'll stumble
naked
across. Yeah.
or dying. That video's not cracking. That video's not blown up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You just got to be organic with it.
Yeah, and if
And
you
it will
do,
reach the
and I
people
believe
that
if you do it every day, that's the reason I have gone to that style of content, because perfectionism is definitely something like I would just get caught in so much. Where I'd be making a carousel, and I would easily spend like 3 hours making a carousel, trying to refine the wording, trying to find the like flow of a sentence. I would just get caught up over and over again, and then I would get so fed up that it just wasn't like perfect. And I don't even know what perfect was. I would just eventually get like a feeling of like, oh, that's exactly what I was looking for. But that would be so few and far between that I would just like delete the whole thing and not share it at all. So I was like, this is unsustainable. Even when I'm getting a good carousel, I can't keep dedicating so much time to this every day. It's stopping me from sharing my ideas consistently. And I believe just sharing the ideas consistently is more important than having a perfect like method of expression. And man, there's so much information out there about like the perfect hook and how to edit the videos. Man, editing videos and stuff like that, don't have the time for that.
Yeah, man. People who have like, like infographic or a bunch of graphics in their videos. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I just don't have, with the other stuff that I have to do in a day.
Yeah.
Maybe I could make the time by like deprioritizing something else, like investing more time in that. Not something that I want to do. Where I feel I have enough ideas in my brain that if I just have a format where I can get them out efficiently to the point I could do it every day, because I couldn't make a carousel every day. Like I could only make one of those every few days where I could manage to squirrel away fucking 3 hours to dedicate to it. Whereas if I can set aside 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes to just talk to the camera and get 2 videos out of that, I think if I could do that every day, man, if I posted 2 videos every day, I'm back posting on TikTok actually. And I think maybe that's one of the ones that was freeing as well, because the way you talk on TikTok is different to the way you talk on Instagram, I think. TikTok is a little bit more loosey-goosey, so that has been helpful. When I'm recording a video that on TikTok kind of doesn't even matter. I just throw videos away, and like if they do well, if it reaches someone who like it is useful for, it resonates with, amazing. If not, whatever, I just keep going. That was a really important realization that I came to of acting in alignment with my values and trying to provide something useful and beneficial to others rather than acting from the place of ego. Because if I'm making content for the purpose of external validation, try to get likes and followers, if you don't like and follow, I'm fucked. Like, I failed. I did shit.
Yes.
Like, it didn't achieve the goal that I wanted to. Whereas if I'm making content under the pursuit of just trying to provide valuable, beneficial information that I believe is good, regardless of if it lands for you, if you like and follow along,
You've ticked.
Doesn't matter. Yeah,
I've
I've
set out to tick.
exactly. It
Yeah.
just means it didn't resonate for you and it wasn't what you were looking for
Yeah.
at this time. I can still be happy and confident and comfortable with that. So I'm so glad I've got to that point, because I've wanted to get to that stage for ages, but there was like these invisible barriers of like fear of other people's opinions, imposter syndrome, so on and so forth. Through whatever combination of reading a billion books, I've managed to like dial everything into a place of alignment where I feel comfortable doing it now. And I'm really glad that I'm in a position where I feel comfortable enough to do it now. So I'm just going to try make videos every day, to try force myself to talk to the camera every day and see where that goes. Just imagine if you putting out stuff that is actually beneficial and useful and insightful over a long period of time, it would work.
Man, imagine being transported back 10 years. And when there was only like 4 videos on YouTube of how to train your shoulders, how to train your back, dog.
Yeah.
Those are the days Jeff Nippard got in good.
Yeah.
Because we used to look that shit up.
Yeah.
Whereas now there's no point making videos like that.
That's what I was going to say. I do not feel like one of those people at all. Like, I feel as though the things, like, I'm not the science-based guy. I'm not the tech, like, I don't want to be telling you how to squat, bench, deadlift, like, in my content. I don't want to be talking about like a technique tip. I made a bunch of content like that before.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, I don't know, just doesn't do that for me. What lights my fire is that idea of trying to make life just a little bit more enjoyable for people.
Nice.
Like, I don't know if I'm the spiritual guy, the guy who fucking just makes you try and make each day like a little bit easier, a little bit more comfortable, a little bit happier, see the joy, the beauty in the world a little bit more. That seems to be what comes out of my mouth so frequently. It must be what is like relevant in my soul. That's the like kind of lane that has somehow begun to take shape around me. So yeah, because I do look at that content for ages. I was like, man, do I need to make that stuff? That's not me. That's not me, dog. That's not me. Yeah, because I used to try force myself to make that content. And then when I'm trying to be like brainstorming ideas, like, man, ChatGPT used to be awful at like coming up with ideas. You're like, I'm a powerlifting coach, I need to make a post. What do I do? And they're like telling people to like fucking how far they should stand apart when you're squatting. I'm like, there's no way I'm making that. There ain't no way, brother. So I just don't use it anymore. It's useless.
Man, unless you are crazy strong in powerlifting, is there content that can do well that's powerlifting specific?
I don't know. I'm sure for some people it is. Maybe that's a realization I've come to lately. I'm sure for some people it is. You could be the authority in powerlifting, because there's a bunch of people who don't know that stuff. There's a bunch of beginners who don't know that stuff who would benefit from that content being out there.
But Instagram's weird though, because it's not evergreen.
Yeah.
Once someone
Very true.
You know, it kind of goes through. It's like a supermarket.
Initial hit and then it's
and then it's gone.
Yeah, it's like a fucking billboard that you like are driving past.
Yeah.
You just get a flash of it for
Yeah.
fucking 30 seconds and then
It's enough
it's
for
gone.
you.
Crazy.
But
Chris, shut the fuck up. Like, the mic better pick that.
No, you can edit that out.
I'm bawling crying. I'm literally bawling crying. The tears.
Is that us? Is that the bell? What time is it?
Is that the bell? It's crazy.
Yes, I press one.
Yeah, fuck it. That'll do there, man. That was such an eclectic episode. Also, maybe I'm gonna clip this and put this at the start again.
No.
No, now we're back to the end of the video again. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. That was hilarious. I'm keeping that in 100%. Yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, fucking hit the notification bell. Peace.